Well, maybe not. Green, 270, 600, 1000. There we go. Stream's back. Welcome, Plucky Hero and Beowulf and JD Taylor 2392. I'm going to take a Stonefish Giant. I need some sort of a late game threat. Volcanic Giant. Windborne Hellion is really tempting with a number of mobility creatures, but I got to take a Volcanic Giant while I can. Magma Hound and another one of this terrible creature. I don't think I have enough dinos to justify Thunderstomp. I've got one Cragwalker. No, I don't have enough dinos to justify that. I think we'll go with Wind Primordial, Flowstone Primordial, Stone Fist, Bruiser. I had an Avatar in my final two card pick. Plucky, I'm doing a mono faction draft. Right now there are 4 queues out here: Faction Draft Aloyan, Tempest, etc., etc. If you join one of these, every card you see will be in from that faction when you're drafting. You'll play against other people that have drafted a mono faction deck, although not the same faction necessarily. Yeah, it was a very nice card to end the draft. And opening play, we will go with Warlord because he gives me so much value later on. It's sad to play him to the board empty, but this will be Stone Fist and Wind Primordial. Wind Primordial has a good closing level 3 with 3 mobility and 16 attack. Oh, Plucky. You got me. You definitely got me. Had no idea what was going on there. I am starting to feel better, which is good. I can't really afford to miss too much work. I've gotten everything I can get done at home. My next steps are all... Ooh, an Arboreus. That's fun. Stone Fist can trade off the Batterhide. Wind Primordial, open lane, where I can push some damage through and make sure this Arboreus doesn't become a problem. It's unlikely, but possible. This turn's probably going to be Flowstone, and I'm not sure. I hate this card. This card has every level. It's a bad level. Its level 2 is its best, but 12-9 is nothing. Nothing to write home. Yeah, I'm no longer trying to evacuate my stomach through my brain. That's definitely an improvement. When Primordial moves over, Flowstone Primordial drops in front of the Mauler, and I'm kind of leaning towards a Frost Shatter Strike here. Yeah, I think that's a good play. Level Frost Shatter. I don't really like leveling these creatures level 1. I did have that amazing Sparktail win last night, though. That's archived and highlighted on Twitch and on YouTube. If you don't follow my YouTube channel, I've started uploading some videos that I do onto it. Thus far, they're just highlights of my stream. But ooh, Stygian Lotus. Fortunately, it missed the Stone Fist. And Life Shaper Savant. That's less impressive. Utera, in my opinion, is probably the strongest of the single factions in single faction draft. We'll throw down the Rime Horde Charger and the Volcanic Giant in lane 1. I'm asking for him to buff the Lotus, but whatever. Welcome, Brakara. Good game, Brakara, by the way. And Shodare and Dodo Laroche and OKJ74. Noxious Cloud. Yeah. Yeah. My YouTube channel is MathNut02. Or if you know my email address, you can find it by that as well, I think. Don't know. I haven't actually tried that. Like I said, thus far it's just been some highlights from the stream. And that's okay. I'm in rank 2. I don't mind playing a Cauda's Colossus once I get to rank 2. The Rhyhorn is locked in, so it's just going to have to kill the tree folk. And Cloud Cleaver. Magma Hound. Stupid Firelight Hunter has nothing on you, Magma Hound. You will always be my favorite. Ooh, that's not good. And this combination right here is just sickening. This happened in the last mono faction draft all the time. I drop a Life Shaper Savant. I drop a Shardbound Invoker. I buff my board. Ugh. I really don't know what to do about it. I can run 4 in, but that only gets down to 9 and not in burnout range. I could throw the Magma Hound and the Burnout into it, but that seems a little excessive. I think it's what I need to do, though, because I can't let him keep getting value from that Life Shaper. Ow, 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 ow. Careful, kitty boy. Be careful. Ow, ow. I hope that's... No. If that's you being careful, I don't want you to see you being reckless. Okay, kitty boy? There are some sensitive spots that you stand on when you jump into my lap with claws extended. Yeah. I definitely think that Utera is probably the top of this format. Although I don't think I would have played a Primal Surge there. Doesn't seem like a strong play. 8 and... Ow! Okay, cat. That hurt a lot. Battle. And Stonefist Giant, from from playing in alpha drafts, I know that it trades positively with Grove Matriarch at level 2. Unless Life Shaper falls down, in which case, well. Oh, goody. Stygian Lotus. 3 damage. That is just not enough damage. This is going to be Stormforged and Avalanche. Ouch! Okay, this is not cool, cat. Not cool at all. Settle. Or I am kicking you out of my office. Arborist, again. It's a very solid vanilla creature, even if you can't worry about its trigger, with a 2021 rank 3. Just what I wanted to see. And I get a Stonefist Giant. That's excellent. I can answer the Arborist if he were going to play it. Of course he's not, because he's not on rank 3 yet. Probably use the Wind Primordial to kill off Arborist 2 and drop Stonefist in somewhere. I don't know where yet. Noxious Cloud, of course. Well, there goes my Stonefist 2, my Avalanche Invoker, and at least I can push some damage with the Stormforged. No, no. New plan. Stormforge kills Arborists, because I would rather get something out of it than nothing. Stonefist and Wind Primordial. Battle. In turn. Wind Primordial 2 and then something. Will be dependent upon what he plays. Yeah, I did a mono Terra faction draft while watching Stout earlier. I got no Life Shapers and no Invokers. It was one of the most depressing drafts I've ever done. Okay. Interesting. I don't know that I would have played the Life Shaper Savant in front of the Stonefist Giants. That seems like a misplay by my opponent, even with a Spore Torrent. I guess it was a nice free Spore Torrent, so it synergized with Life Shaper. Still don't think I would have done it. 7 and 6 is only 13, so... I can obviously kill it if I want, but... You're 4 damage, that's only 10. I don't know if that's really what I want to do. I think it's what I need to do, though. Don't think I can really let that thing slide. Actually, this is what I want to do. Put it on the Wind Primordial. Push the 13 damage. Drop Magma Hound in front of the Bright Tusk. Blow up the Seedling. And, of course, Stone Fist blows up the Savant. Only has 3 turns to live, but that's fine. I guess 2 turns to live. It dies at the start of the 3rd. Play Stormforged Avatar first. I've lost track of the number of times I've played avatars and played them out of order. Avatar is always your first play. Your Anti-Warlord is killing that Bright Tusk Sower. But the first play is the Stoneforged Avatar. And this hastens my Stonefist demise to next turn. Well, that's disappointing. Stormforged, except 11. Kill the Bright Tusk. This turn probably has Wind Primordial killing off the Mauler and Rhymehorn dropping in an open lane, depending upon what he plays. Tree Folk and a 1/1. Okay, that means I can't push my damage. And that means that it has to move, and... Yuck. Wind Primordial. Kill the 1/1. Yeah, let's go ahead and throw the Rhymehorn in front of the Tree Folk. Lane 3 will be open, so if I have, depending upon my hand, I can move it over and hit whatever's in 3 and get something better value out of this, or if this is what I have best value, that's what I take. Alright, I got my Stonefist Giant again. Stonefist Giants win games. That 24 health is so hard to take out. Come on, click battle. Good. I was really afraid an Invoker would come down and buff the Tree Folk. Oh, come on. Well, we're going to cry a little, but this will take out the Tree Folk. This will take out the Stygian Lotus in 3, and this will get open laned. Or 3. 2. 2! Then I can drop Volcanic Giant and... probably Wind Primordial, actually. Getting it leveled is better than getting the Rhymehorn charged or played again. And with 2 mobility, they're both functionally equivalent for what I'm trying to do, which is push damage at this point. And you're going to buff the Lotus in 2 to kill out... No! Okay, that needs more buff. I expect it to get more buff, but... Oh... Let's go ahead and take my 15 while I've got it. And drop Wind Primordial in an open lane and Volcanic Giant in front of the Lotus. Battle. Right now I'm looking to push damage. That Grove Matriarch is going to be a problem, but it's one that the Uranti Warlord can take care of for me. Oh, I've hidden my chat away. Yep, nobody's trying to talk. Is there anybody new in here? Welcome Esfairs and Rosemary Bergamot and Conan the Barbar. Is that like Barbar the elephant? Welcome Brakara and Resolute 55. Grove Matriarch 1. That's not good for him. That's not particularly good for him either. Stormforge moves to 1. I push damage. And if I had... Yes. Warlord goes in 2. And I drop Wildfire Maiden for the win if everything else fails me. He's still got to answer lane 1, 4, and 5, but he can do that. Wildfire Maiden can still blast him in the face and win for me, though. So, yeah, that's game. Good game, my Cine. Off to a 1-0 start with Tempest. We beat a Nuterra deck. I feel like that's an accomplishment. Because Nuterra is definitely, I won't say definitely, but probably the strongest mono draft faction. With the synergy between Life Shaper, Tracker, and Invoker. And only one of those is heroic. And we'll level Wind Primordial. It has scaling mobility, which is why I level it over the Rhyme Charger. And I'm probably leveling Volcanic Giant and Uranti Warlord here. Still, depending upon what he plays, but seems like the smart levels. I hate this card. Alright, Magical Zorse. See you at a later point in time. Not to be confused with the prior point in time. I will not be seeing you in the past. I will only see you in the future. The past is the past, and I have not figured out how to get there yet. I did win Plucky Hero. My opponent conceded when he had 1 health and was looking at a board of 5 creatures. And a Wildfire Maiden on the board. So we are 1-0 with my Tempest deck. Plucky, I can't believe you would step away. Alright. A minute has run off his clock. 3 seconds ran off of mine. Oh. Ooh, I have new mail. What is my new email? YouTube. Awesome. I believe that is Magical Zorse, of course, following me on YouTube. Sorry, subscribing to me on YouTube. Thank you for the subscription. I don't really know the proper terminology for all of this, but we'll go with subscription. And he's in Mono Necrium, so he has very little to buff the Blight Witch. He could Soul Leash onto it, Spirit Leash onto it, sorry. Or Seal of Tarsus, or not Seal of Tarsus, Tarsian Pact on it. But I'm not too particularly worried about either of those options. Maybe I should be. Ghastly Touch. That's been a while. Let's drop the Wind Primordial. Yeah, put the Wind Primordial here. And I'm really tempted just to use the Cragwalker to go ahead and clear the Blight Witch before anything does come up. I don't think that's my best play. I think I should play the Cloud Cleaver. Obviously not in front of the Blight Witch, but I think that's the better play. Because right now I'm racing him and off to a fairly substantial start, and I think I've leveled better cards in general. And I get a Stonefist Giant, which is also amazing. This Stonefist Giant is Zithian Crusher before Zithian Crusher existed. It's a little bit weaker at level 1, arguably a little bit weaker at level 2, and a little bit stronger at level 3. Grave Pact. Okay. And playing with some Rune-Scarred zombie shenanigans. Well, we'll Stonefist Giant and Nagrath Bruiser on the Cloud Cleaver. Battle. End turn. This time we will we'll play Volcanic Giant in an open lane and Nagrath Bruiser it. And killing off the Rune Scar probably with the Bruiser. Doop doop de doop. Doop de doop de doop. Would love to level the Stormforge. That's not going to happen with this board state. We move Cloud Cleaver over. We drop Volcanic Giant in front of Duskspire because I don't actually have an open lane. And Nagrath buffing Volcanic Giant. Now I feel pretty good about my board position. My next turn is, in all likelihood, going to be Stonefist Giant and Burnout. Burnout to take out a blocking creature. Probably that's threatening my Volcanic Giant. If it can. If it can't, well, then we'll reevaluate. But ooh, nice. Bone Scythe Reaver killing off Stonefist. Alright. Ruthless Wanderer shrinking the Cloud Cleaver so that it dies. I like Stonefist, and rather than the Burnout, I'm just going to use Lightning Spark to take out the Ruthless Wanderer and push 8. Or 18 when you add them together. Excellent. Ooh, I got a picture of my daughter. As you know, my wife is on the farm with my daughter. She is downstairs in their basement playing with a cow and what appears to be some sort of strange little turtle thing. She is adorable. I love her very much. Kind of miss her, though. She's far away from me. I actually quite like Volcanic Giant. I wish his damage wasn't random. But anytime I've gotten a creature that does damage to the face, that's got a lot of value to me. Because it can break stalemates. And it also means that just over the course of playing this game, attrition is going to kill him if nothing else. I do wish that it wasn't random, though. Or it was at least a tighter randomness. If it was 2 to 3, 5 to 7, 5 to 6, and 9 to 10, I would like it a lot better. Feel a lot more predictable. And get it to reappear. I don't like that play at all because he then takes lethal if it doesn't spawn in one of 2 lanes, but good game. I'm now off to a 2-0 start. I've beaten Utera and Necrium. I know it isn't, but it would be awesome. I know that it doesn't happen, but it would be awesome if I got paired up against one of each faction. I've done Utera, I've done Necrium, now I need an Eloyan and then a Tempest. There aren't enough. The factions are not going to be played evenly, so there's no way that's going to happen, but it would be cool. Dragon Kid. And I forget the Warlord. I'm leveling a Steed this time. I really do not like playing Warlord to the board. It tips my hand early. This is going to be the Avatar and the Stone Fist. No questions asked. They're going to be two of my better cards to level. Yes, the Storm Fist level 3 isn't spectacular, but with 3 mobility, it can push 15 damage very easily. Very easily. Oh. An Ambusher. You know what? I am perfectly fine getting a 1-for-1 value out of my Firemane Steed 1. So you go ahead and play an Ambusher in front of it. Or anywhere on the board, really. I'll take that trade. Now, if you buff it, I'll fly the Steed away and kill it with something else. Oh my gosh, he played a Zithian Host. It's going to be one of those games, is it? He doesn't have any, whatever the Abomination Lord is. Because his deck has no Soulbind. So I'm very surprised to see him play a Zithian Host to the board. This turn is going to be Cloud Cleaver and Wind Primordial. Just keep my mobility creatures going, particularly mobility that scales with level. That will enable me to push a lot of damage as this game goes on. Oh, Nameless Inversion, welcome to the stream. And also Soul Lance, welcome to the stream. Welcome, Banshee's Fail and Stout. Oh, Streaker Stout himself. And Multani. And I think I've gotten everybody. Welcome to the stream. You should have been here earlier, Nameless. I got a unbelievable, truly, I don't believe it, draft earlier where I first picked Brood Queen and then turn around and discover that in my next 6-card pack I pick up another Brood Queen. Or actually it wasn't in a 6-card, it was in a 4-card pack. I pick up a second Brood Queen, and then in my next to last 6-card pack I pick up a third Brood Queen. That would be what you want to see to confirm Streamer's Queue. Because that draft was just incredible. Oh, Zombie Infantry. So far he's leveled one card that I actually consider particularly good in Graveborn Glutton. Ambusher I don't consider a good card to level because it's killed so easily by an underdrop. With its 6 health at rank 2. Zombie Infantry is the Spark Bot of Necrium. It's a creature you're not upset to have to take, but it's not one that you really want to take. It was glorious. It really was. I need more cues like that. We'll use the Manticore to kill the infantry because it lives? That seems bad. Don't do something just because it lives. Drop the Wind Primordial in 1 and Bruiser in 5 and give the Cloud Cleaver a bit of health so Gloomfiend can't kill it. That seems better. Not that Gloomfiend doesn't have plenty of targets on this board, but... 80 to 87. Spirit Reaver is not a card I would consider a good level. Especially since I'm playing Tempest and life gain doesn't exist. This turn is going to be Magma Hound blasting Spirit Reaver off the board and probably Rhyhorn Charger. If I were playing anything other than Necrium, I would probably play the Cragwalker. Well, anything other than Necrium or Tempest. Necrium and Tempest just have too many ways to get the 2 damage onto a creature that makes me not want to put down a 2 health creature. Push another 12. Alright. I will accept your wisdom, Stout, and that my opponent, having been trained and raised by dragons, knows what he is doing. With his 2 Zithian host levels, the Spirit Reaver, Bone Scythe Reaver is not a bad thing to level. It didn't work out for him, but it's not a bad thing to level. Bone Scythe Reaver right here does a lot of good. It clears 2 creatures. Just wham bam. 1-2. And then you clear the other Wind Primordial, and I'm just left with a Magma Hound on the board. And a Wind Primordial 2 and a Cloud Cleaver 2, but details. Okay, what's your second play? You've got all the Tempest blast you in the face and laugh creatures. Battle. We'll move Rhyhorn Charger over in front of the zombie so that it lives, or he has to overwrite the zombie. And then drop my 2 mobility creatures. Probably should have done that the other way. Cloud Cleaver is much more impactful if I can get it through unblocked than Wind Primordial. Stout, that's actually kind of a good question. I think it's because it's such a pitiful blocker, but it's a really effective thing for an explosives deck. I mean, it's 6, 12, 18 attack. If it had Firemane Steed's mobility, it absolutely would be. It would be a no-brainer inclusion. The fact that it doesn't have 2 mobility at level 1 hurts it. We'll drop Volcanic Giant, and you know what? I'm kind of sad I can't kill the Glutton with anything. We'll just level the Magma Hound then. Maybe I can get another Magma Hound next turn and finish it off. In the meantime, I'll push 27. Yeah, I'd rather have a Frostmane Dragon over the Cloud Cleaver. I'd rather have Phoenix over Cloud Cleaver. Heck, I'd rather have Gargoyle over Cloud Cleaver. The rest of their abilities are just so much more powerful than Cloud Cleaver's scaling mobility. And there's the Bone Scythe Reaver play. Getting him value. How much damage does Volcanic Giant do? Maximum of 4. That'd be 9. 21. I could be in burnout range depending upon how much damage Volcanic Giant does. Okay, 17 and 8. 1. Really? 1 damage? That was all I needed, though. Good game, Dragon Kid. Good game. So, we're off to 3-0 start. I've now beaten 2 Necrium decks and 1 Utera deck with my Tempest. Let's see how the 4th game goes. I'm not saying that Cloud Cleaver plus Explosives is bad. In fact, it's if I were building a budget version of the deck, Cloud Cleaver would absolutely be in there. I think the thing that makes me saddest about that deck, though, is you really want strong cards to level stealthily. Well, Cloud Cleaver's still not a bad card. It's got good attack at level 2 and 3 if you're smack in the face. It just trades so poorly with so many things. You take one hit from it and then drop anything in front of it, and its attack is then lackluster. Don't know. Good luck, Jinx Tiger. I hope you are jinxed, because that's your name. Low level Fire Main Steed, battle, end turn. And I get a Uranti Warlord at a time when I actually want the Uranti Warlord, so this is going to be Warlord and Stonefist Giant. Fire Main Steed takes out a Stygian. Warlord takes out a Stygian. No, Fire Main Steed hits face for 3. Warlord takes out 1. Stonefist takes out 1. Reevaluate that slightly. Warlord takes out Batterhide. Fire Main Steed moves over. Stonefist blocks. I take 4, deal 3. End turn. I have to go quickly in this game because he's got a Batterhide leveled already. If this game drags out, I lose to Batterhide. I've seen that happen just too many times. Following Monkey, I don't know. Depends upon how big set 5 is. And I haven't done the math to see if I could have gotten all of set 4. Set 4 had what? 3 legendaries per faction before the mini expansions? 1, 2, 3. I know I can get all the heroics, rares, commons, and all of that. That's a no-brainer. Okay, let's see here. Staff was in the base set. So Scythe, Gauntlets, Lash, and Staff. Soul Reap, Uriel, Brimstone Tyrant. So really just 2 per? Scythe and Soul Reap were in the base set of set 4. They all had the same number, and then there's been one. Yeah, there were just 8 legendaries. Yeah, I should be able to, if I want to, just with silver, buy up the entire set 5. Kind of not on the right turn for Invoker, but it does seem like a good play here. And we'll level the Flowstone. Yeah, Utera is still short of legendary because Roaming Warclaw got spoiled. Everybody seemed to hate it, and now I hate everyone for hating it because I want the legendary Roaming Warclaw for my Dino deck. Darn it! How much I want that original Roaming Warclaw getting multiple grow-wide Raptors instead of just one. Give me more targets for Brawn, more reliable dinos on the board for Thunderstomp. Oh. I don't remember the stats well enough. I know. Yeah, level 1 was spawn 1 guy. Level 2 was spawn 2 guys. And level 3 was spawn as many guys as you can. Since I'm finding the spawn 1 guy very playable in my dino deck as it is, I would like the spawn 2 guys and the spawn as many guys as you can. We're definitely playing Stormforged Avatar and probably, yeah, Wind Primordial. My opponent has a Life Shaper Savant. That is not good. Do not block the Tree Folk because it dies to the Avalanche Invoker, as does the Grove Matriarch. So we'll battle. Drop the Wind Primordial in front of the Tree Folk. Why did I put it there? I should put it in mid. Idiot. In turn, watch everything die. I got it, Stout. I caught my mistake before I made it. I still should put Wind Primordial in mid so it has more flexibility, but I'm perfectly fine having mid open for Wind Primordial 2. Avalanche Invoker. To be honest, I really adore the rank 3 version of this in Mono Faction. I hope that we get to rank 3 and I can use this and just go, and we'll wipe your board. And he leveled a Life Shaper Savant, but did not appear to level a... Well, I guess there's no trackers, only one Batter Hide. So it's not nearly as bad as it could have been. Stone Fist or Volcanic here? I think I go with Stone Fist. Battle. In turn. Doop 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 doop. Oh, doo -doo -doo -doo. Welcome El Hokar and Arzakan. Arzakan, I'm already geared up for your criticisms. Welcome Zothgrin. And El Yellow Panda. Welcome to the stream. Doop 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 doop. So he's got 2 1-1s. I've got a 10-8, 7-7, and 3-5. And my next turn is definitely Stone Fist, and other options are Cotter's Colossus, Frost Shadow Strike, or Magma Hound. I don't know. I am somewhat sad to admit, but I haven't actually watched Miss Android's stream, so I don't know how she's doing. Frost Shatter Strike looks really good on the Life Shaper Savant onto the Stonefist Giant here. Really, really good. Because he only leveled 1 Life Shaper, so that's it. Bright Tusk Sower was dropped in a position where it can't drop a token. I'm fine with that too. Yeah. So we'll drop Stonefist Giant in an open lane. Frost Shatter Strike Life Shaper onto Stonefist to kill the Life Shaper. Push another 10 and in turn. I accept that I take 8, but it's more than worth it here. And next turn I can clear both these creatures with a Magma Hound and keep a 4-2 alive on the board. Okay. Well, she sounds like a new player. I'm definitely not going to fault a new player for making plays that would generally be considered substandard. Fair enough, Arzakon. That Batterhide's pretty big. I don't really want to throw my Stormforged Avatar away in front of it. I don't know that I have a lot of choice, though. Before he Lycian sharded it, it was obvious Magma Hound fodder. I throw Magma Hound in 4, kill it with the proc, and voila. Mr. Marnell, as to your question on Stonefist Giant, I don't have a great answer. It's mostly just because there are... I haven't done all the math, but There are very few things that can reach 13 damage in player level 2. There are some things that can reach 12 damage in player level 2. And I have to throw the Stormforged away to take care of the Sharded Batterhide. It's unfortunate, but I don't see another play. I can't afford to take 15 plus whatever breakthrough would come next turn and assume that I'll get an answer. Oh, beautiful. Even better. Lotus, I'm perfectly fine with you leveling Lotuses. Especially since they just die to the Invoker proc. Grove Matriarch is going to kill the Stone Fist and then die to the Invoker proc. So that's going to be... That's a board wipe. Except for the 3/3 that spawns. And we'll drop Cragwalker to try and push 7 more. Stormforge 3. That will go into probably lane 4. Drop Volcanic Giant in 2 or Magma Hound in 2, depending upon what he plays. Yeah, as long as she's having fun, that's the important thing. I have given up trying to critique my wife's play. She's not as bad as what you're making the play of making her play sound like. But there are some plays that my wife makes that just make me cringe. Well, Cragwalker moves over, gets my 7 damage through. Magma Hound blasts Grove Matriarch and kills her off. Takes out the sapling as on its way. Gosh darn it! Then again, it's possible I'm not qualified to critique anybody, as I just played a Stormforged Avatar second. Yeah. I'm just going to be quiet now. I've got no room to talk after that play. Probably one of the... Stonefist Giant has to go there. I don't want it to go there. I want it to go somewhere where it can actually be useful, but... And now that thing's out of... Stonefist Giant has to take out the Life Shaper Savants. I can't afford to sit here and take 12, so the Uranti Warlord trades off the Tree Folk. And I missed 3 damage. No, I want... Right now, I need the damage on him. He's got Batterhide 3 in his deck and Life Shaper Savant. If this game runs long, I lose. Pushing the 12 damage is far more important to me. Oh, I see what you're saying. Kill the Life Shaper. That was a play. I'm not sure if I like that play, but it was definitely a valid option. Sorry, Mr. Rigel. I misinterpreted what you suggested. And buff the Grove Matriarch. Which means I get to push... Oh, you didn't buff the Grove Matriarch. I don't like that play at all. No siree. 9/11. Guess what dies to a 9/11? Or what kills a 9/11 on rank up? I have to take 18 damage to get that awesome play off, but it's definitely worth it. And And unfortunately, Magma Hound is only 4 damage. I think I would rather get the Stonefist Giant leveled. Stonefist 3 is one of my better cards for rank 3 at plus. And I do everything I possibly can to protect the Avalanche Invoker. Including, but not, hopefully not necessary, but including Uranti bolting it so it doesn't run into a giant creature and die. I hope it doesn't come to that, but that is a viable option for me right here. Because 12 damage to the board is probably going to be very valuable. That's going here. Yeah. $25. I think I take a lot of damage to... I deal a lot of damage to him. I make sure this is 7 damage. 7. So we deal 22 damage to him. Drop a Cragwalker and say, block 4 lanes or die. And even if you can block 4 lanes, the 5th lane will kill you with a Sparktail Manticore. Good game, Jinx Tiger. I don't see an out for you. I think this game is over. And in fact, it is. Good game, Jinx Tiger. Well, that was a fun 4-0 with Tempest. I believe at the start of all of this, somebody said that Tempest was the weakest faction. Mr. Marnell, even if he blocked 4, I had the Sparktail Manticore to get through the 5th lane. He had to block all 5 and keep the block in front of the Invoker after the Invoker was dead or not kill it in 1 hit. Alright, so we've done Tempest. What faction next? Utera